Do you know that right now, in the dark basement of the White House, a secret war is taking place, one that could surpass even the greatest mystery stories you've ever heard? To prepare just a single ordinary meal, it involves 30 people, a audacious, continuous 96-hour secret mission, and security measures so intense they might seem more complex than maintaining nuclear missiles. Yes, the security surrounding the president's food is no less than that of a nuclear weapon. It may sound ridiculous at first, but in a moment, you'll understand. So let's take a look at what President Trump eats and how his meals are prepared through a mysterious operation. At the White House, this massive operation begins in a dark basement, where a chef stares intently at a spreadsheet that looks like a military attack plan. It details exactly which ingredient will arrive at which minute and second, which oven will cook which dish, and the precise temperatures required for 20 different dishes, all to be ready at the exact same moment. A master chef, along with 29 kitchen staff, works together to serve what may be the safest meal in America. But before this madness even begins, the entire operation pauses for just one bird. Yes, a single turkey. But this is no ordinary turkey. It is perhaps the most important bird in America. You might see it walking through the luxurious marble lobby of the Willard Intercontinental Hotel. It could very well be the most expensive guest there. The National Turkey Federation books luxury rooms for these birds, spending thousands of dollars. The rooms are covered with plastic sheets, have special feeding stations, and are staffed around the clock to ensure the birds live like royalty. And this is where the real story begins. These are not ordinary turkeys. By the time they reach the White House, they weigh nearly 3 times more than a typical turkey, around 20 kilograms. They are genetically bred to look impressive on camera. Ironically, many of them can barely walk. Not only that, they undergo months of training so they don't panic under bright lights, loud noises, or large crowds. They are even exposed to music. Classical music calms them, while other types can make them aggressive or confused. But here's something rarely mentioned. A Secret Service agent is assigned to physically inspect the turkey down to the smallest detail. They check under its wings for hidden objects and examine its legs for anything sharp. This isn't just for security. It's also to avoid embarrassment. Before leaving the hotel, the birds are not fed for 12 hours. Why? Because if the turkey were to relieve itself on the president during a live broadcast, that moment would go down in history forever. So no risks are taken. While the world watches this celebrity bird in awe, the real battle begins in the secret White House kitchen. At 5 a.m., the kitchen transforms into something like a high-tech crime lab and military war room. No cooking starts yet, only security checks. Every ingredient goes through intense screening, similar to what is used for suspicious packages sent to the president. Each ingredient is traced back to its origin, where the vegetables were grown, which farm the meat came from. Even the truck driver delivering them undergoes background checks. If a delivery truck makes even a slight unauthorized stop, the entire shipment is rejected. Upon arrival, every package is inspected for tampering, tiny holes, resealing marks, anything suspicious. Then they pass through metal detectors, chemical and biological testing, and even radiation checks if necessary. Finally, temperature checks ensure nothing has spoiled. Only after all this are the ingredients transferred into sterile White House containers. The chefs are not just cooks. They act as security officers too. Every dish goes through multiple layers of inspection before reaching the table. For example, a grilled steak must reach at least 165 degrees after cooking. If it doesn't, it goes back to the heat. This follows federal food safety rules. From soup to vegetables to desserts, everything must meet exact standards. One chef focuses only on the president's plate, not to serve it, but to ensure everything on it is perfect and safe. After this massive operation, when the clock strikes 2 a.m., the silence of the basement is broken by an oven timer. The turkey goes into the oven. For the next 13 hours, no one is allowed to leave the room, not even for the restroom. Even a 1-second power fluctuation could cause major problems. Here's another interesting fact. The president pays for his personal meals out of his own pocket. Yes, Even for families like Trump's, the cost of personal food comes from the president's salary. At the end of each month, the White House chief administrator prepares a detailed bill: how many eggs were used, how much meat and vegetables were consumed, just like a restaurant bill. It's surprising, isn't it? Even while holding the highest office in the country, the president pays for his own family dinners, ensuring taxpayer money is not wasted. Finally, when the meal is served, the entire staff holds their breath. The president may eat calmly, perhaps smile or say, "It's great." But he may never realize the intense planning and inspection behind even a simple soup or steak. After the meal, the president moves on to his next task. Meanwhile, the kitchen team finally takes a deep breath, another mission successfully completed. But there's little time to rest. They must immediately prepare for the next day's operation, because every meal for the president is a mission, and the story behind it is just as dramatic and astonishing.